long weekend. Right before the break, you guys handed in a paragraph about one about theme and one about tone. Here's the assignment that you're looking at right now that you guys did the homework to, and I had a chance to read them. And in response, I also did a paragraph about theme, and so this is a model that I want to show you guys. So you guys should have in front of you something that looks like this, okay? And this is the one I wrote. So I want to give you guys about 5 minutes right now. Just take a look at what I wrote. Okay, so just taking a quick look at this paragraph, or at this this short essay, you'll notice that I put some notes down about PEE, point, example, explanation. You guys know that, and you'll notice that the last E, the explanation, is the longest part. Okay, it takes up a big part of what I wrote. Okay, and so that's something that you should take notice. Okay, the other thing that you'll notice right off the bat is that the theme, you guys did a great job of writing out theme on the top, and then you put in your theme. Okay, you'll notice that my theme is not just one word. It's the theme for Long Way Gone is not just hope. It's not just survival. It's not just work. Okay, the theme, you'll notice, is a sentence. Okay, and my theme here is that I wrote that once innocence and childhood is broken, it cannot be unbroken, but it can be mended, and a new one can be grafted in its place. Okay. You'll also notice the next part I wrote, the next, I guess, short paragraph that I wrote, actually took me about 10 minutes, and this is really the roadmap for the entire rest of the essay. That's why it took me so long to write this small part of the essay, because I was actually thinking about, well, what examples and what illustrations from the actual text am I going to use? What is my evidence going to be that I'm going to use to support my points? Okay, or my point that I just made right at the top, about what I said about innocence being broken, but a new one can be being grafted in its place. Okay. Okay, so here we go. In my explanation, or my point is that I wrote that the theme is enhanced using the literary features of symbolism and foreshadowing. Okay, and the symbol that I chose was the cassette tapes that Ishmael had throughout, that kind of appeared and then also reappeared at the end of the book. Okay, and the use of that symbol strengthens my theme. Okay, so that's why I'm saying that he strengthens what my point again is, that this is what the theme is. Okay, that and that his use of symbolism and foreshadowing supports my idea of what I think the theme is. Okay, and here the symbol again is the cassette tapes. So what did I say about the cassette tapes? Well, I say that really that the cassette tapes are a symbol for his childhood or his innocence, and that symbol was lost right before he became a child soldier. So if you guys remember, the immediate event that happened right before he became enlisted, or was put into the army, was that his shorts and his clothes were thrown into the fire along with the cassette tapes. So in a way that was a symbol of him losing his childhood, but it's also foreshadowing that what's going to happen. Okay, and then I say later on, as I go further down, after I've included my quote and I explain it. So again, here's my paragraph about what the point is, that the cassette tapes are a symbol of his childhood. I put in the quote, which is my evidence, and then my explanation. Okay, I then keep on going with the same symbol, explaining how it further supports what I think is the theme, because not only was his childhood lost, I say that a new one can be grafted in its place. And so the next time that we see the cassette tapes is actually going to be when he's at the rehabilitation camp. Okay, and again, I make my point, and I put some quotes for my evidence, and then I explain. Okay, and again, I explained how this is not only symbolism but also foreshadowing about what is about to happen. So again, I'm saying that Bay used symbolism and foreshadowing, and those techniques support my point of what I think is the theme. Okay, so you'll also notice I put in some notes about transition sentences and topic sentences, things that you guys know about, and it's very important because it leads the reader who's going to be reading your paragraph, your essay, you know, what you're about to write next. Okay. Okay, and then I finally conclude, but you'll notice this part right here that says exemplary points. Okay, I don't know what you would score my essay. It might be a 3 or 4. Maybe Ms. Robbins would only score me a 2. Okay, but one of the things that we want to push you guys is to think a little bit deeper. So these are the part that I highlighted here are the exemplary points, and basically this is what I wrote here is that I explained my symbols, and I explained my theme, and I explained how Bay used symbols and foreshadowing to support what I thought the theme is. The next part was, well, so what? So what? Okay, so what if you use these things? Well, this is the so what, and this is where you get your exemplary points. Okay, I explained here at the very bottom that his use of the symbol and foreshadowing, his use of this cassette tapes, and how he lost his childhood and how it reappears again, really brings you to understand more about Bay himself. Now you understand at the end of his memoir, basically what is his state at the time that he wrote this memoir? Where is he at? He lost his childhood, or his innocence, but he could kind of recover a new one. And it's not the same one. And in the same way, just like those cassette tapes were destroyed completely, you know, that's going to leave a mark. And it's never going to be exactly the same. He's not going to get the exact same cassette tapes back. He's not going to have the same childhood. His innocence is marked. But a new one can come about. And, you know, he has new cassette tapes. And what that does for me as the audience, as the reader, is that I can now more deeply understand his current state. And again, so this is the place where you can score your big points, or not your big points, but your exemplary points. Okay, and I know you guys are all gunning for the big points here, so make sure that you include this part where you explain what does the symbolism, what do these literary devices do for you as the reader, or as the audience, and what does it do for the overall effect of the book. So make sure you include that as well. Okay, again, thanks for listening, and good luck with your exam tomorrow.